Would you lead if you would?
Everybody face the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, justice for all. There's allegiance to these flags, one state under God, one indivisible.
Councilor, would you lead us in a prayer?
Yes. Close your eyes, please. Father God, we acknowledge your presence here with us. We ask for your blessings on this meeting, that our words and actions may be pleasing unto you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Councilman Rigsby, just some meeting logistics. If we need to call 911, would you call 911? The address is actually located at the top of the page of our agenda. And for our AED, Councilman Burke, would you take care of AED if we need an AED?
Yes, sir.
As far as the evac, we can actually just follow Fireman Joe there, our chief. We can follow him along with Chief. You're still CPR qualified, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. As far as the safety minute, I've got one. The other day, I almost got T-boned right here at this intersection right here. And here's what it told me. We've got a lot of contractors coming into town for 3-week outage that Formosa is doing. So ask everyone to be careful with all the traffic that's out there. Review the vision and mission statements. So why are we here? The reason that we're here is that the mayor and the city council envision a friendly town on Lavaca Bay where economic and recreational opportunities abound, providing for a wonderful quality of life for both citizens and tourists, rich in history and looking forward to a vibrant future. So how are we going to meet that? We meet that through our mission. So our mission is to make Port Lavaca a desirable place to live through high quality services, responsible use of public resources, and a progressive approach to community development. With enthusiasm, integrity, and a vision, we will maintain a safe environment and continually improve the quality of life for all citizens. Agenda item number 5, we don't have any presentations today, so we'll move on to public comment. Russell Kane. Do something a little bit different here.
I'm here to speak about Jody and what she's done for the city, what she continues to do. And I believe that it's y'all's best interest to hire her as the city manager, not make her interim city manager anymore. So she's proven to y'all what she can do and all the grants she's getting. So I know she's away on vacation, but she deserved it. And I just think that we need to have a city manager that's not interim. Thank you.
Q.
Thank you.
Jim Ward.
$15 years ago, when I came on the council, Gary Rhodes was the city manager. He was leaving shortly thereafter. And I was on the council when we had a number of city managers. And I will say this, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I think Jody has probably been one of the best that we've ever had while I've been on the council up to the present time. And I'm considered, she knows what she's doing. She follows through. That was one of the complaints that was leveled against a couple of us, that they didn't follow through. Jody follows through. She goes out for the grants, and she's an outstanding person as far as sticking to the job. And I know she's under a lot of pressure because some people tend to want to push her or whatever, but the fact is that she's doing a super job, and she needs to have that interim removed from her. And she, like I said, she's been on the council now, what? She's been the city manager now for 6 years. What are we waiting for? Let's do it. Come on.
Thank you, Jim.
Jerry Smith.
Mayor Council. I have a couple of items, actually, but the first item I'd like to address is item 13 on your agenda. And that is to make Jody permanent city manager for the city of Port Rock. Of course, I served as a councilman for 9 years in the city, and I've seen what Jody has been able to accomplish. She's very level-headed. She does it. She's very good at communicating. Don't get me wrong, she's not a mean person. So she has to, that's one of her faults is probably she's so nice. Okay. She cannot be a bad person. And I don't fault her for that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do think Jody is the person for the job. We were even told that when I was on council, along with Rosie and Tim, we were told by an interim manager we had here at the time, Mr. Morton, that we had a prime choice right here in our own city. And when he said that, we knew that he was talking about Jody, because she's pretty much hands down handled, when we had the cyber attack, we've had Hurricane Harvey. She put in a lot of work. I've seen her up here on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. I see that lady up here. I think she's very deserving of that position. And on top of that, our city, that's a negative for our city. If you're an interim for a short period of time, it does not go against your city as a whole. But when you have a longer term city manager and you have big corporations or you have, companies looking at wanting to come into our community, they look at that, and that's a negative. If you have a person that's been interim for several years, that's actually a negative. So I think we need to make it a positive and move her to be the city manager. If I'm still on council, that's what I'd recommend to do. But I'm not, so we're going to leave it up to all y'all guys to help do that. The other thing I'll just mention real quick, and it has nothing to do with Jody. And this, I talked about this when I was on council, and of course we tried, but I would like to see the council and the city continue to try. The AEP has done an outstanding job in our community to update our infrastructure. I don't know how many people's noticed that, but as a high voltage guy, I notice it a lot. Okay. The other problem we've had, and we've had it for years, is Frontier and Sparklight continue to neglect their duties, to clean up their mess, to clean up their derelict poles all over town that have been chopped off. It's their job to go reattach their cables to the new poles that AEP installs and remove the old poles and get them out of there. Fill the holes in. They're all over town like that. The other problem is they have dangling cables all over town. They have hanging cables that are steel, that we get a high wind situation, those cables are going to flip up into the high voltage, and guess what? Port Lavaca has no power. So we need to address that. It looks terrible. I would appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Ken Barr.
Mayor Council. I think it's time that we made Jody the city manager and drop this interim title. It doesn't do anybody any good. And I concur with everything everybody said here tonight. But all it takes is you, the council, to take that title away and make her city manager. I think it's about time. 6 years is a long time to be interim city manager. So ask you, take away interim city manager, make her city manager, period. Thank you.
Alicia Harrell.
Okay, I have a few things, I guess, to say. First of all, I think I've said every time I come in and complain about my house. So my house is now, after these last storms, Kim had come out there. There's a shelf now. There's another hole in the ground. There still is no shoring to hold back the dirt. I'll have to have reassessment on the foundation because I can't imagine it hasn't slipped more. And I really feel like I don't know what's going to be done. Jody's talked about bringing in soil after the fact, and I'm probably going to have it re-engineered to make sure that's done well, just because of the progress that's been done by the city, which has really been haphazardly done. And outside of that, I want to say that Joe, and I'm the biggest complainer. You guys have seen me every month and complaining for good reason, but she has handled this very well. I think I've been really quite a stink about this, but you guys have said I've been really nice. But you probably haven't seen all the text messages she gets. Maybe some of you guys see them because they're in the loop. But she has been managing this well. I think we need to get her help. I don't know how she does all the work she does. So even though good thing she's not here today, but I think she does a wonderful job. I don't think we'd find anyone like her. I do think we need to get a deputy manager in here to help her out because she does so much and doesn't get other things done. I mean, that is the reason why. Or get a city engineer to come in and do that work. But there's no way we'd get anything like that. And then also, got to get a dog park. So I'm going to lean into on the parks. And I like all the committees that we have. I think that our city does very well in dispersing the responsibilities to these different committees. And now that it looks like I will be stuck here, which I love, thank you very much. I'll be getting more active with trying to get that dog park through one of the committees, but I will still come in here and let you guys know that we still need a dog park. Thank you.
Is there anyone else on public comment? John, please.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm a different citizen. And I'll be on the council. I've never seen a harder worker than Jody Weaver. And I'm recommending that we do move from interim to full-time city manager. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Anyone else under public comment? All right, with that, we'll go to agenda item number 7. Minutes from May the 5th special meeting. Minutes from the May 11th regular meeting, May 12th special meeting, May 18th workshop, review the credit card statement, receive the monthly financial highlighted report, receive the employee training acknowledgement report, also receive the Office of Port Administrator monthly report, receive the VEDC monthly report, and also the Romeo 0608 26-1, the budgetary financial management policy for fiscal year 26-27. And the last resolution is Romeo 608 26-2, investment policy and strategy annual review.
We accept the consent agenda as presented.
A motion on the floor by Councilman Dent.
Second.
And we have a second by Councilman Aguirre. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. With that, we'll dive right into our action items. Go ahead and do agenda item number 13 first. Consider taking action on removal and interim designation of city manager. I did put a letter in our package. Don't believe it needs to be read, but I can read it. Is there any discussion on the letter?
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
If we do this, then the next city manager that comes in and decides they want to live in Victoria and just buy a house here, what is that council? What pressure are they going to?
Right, and that's a great question, Councilman. You know, I would turn that over to our future councilman and have them just evaluate that and see where that council is at. Any other just
Can speak legally to that. Any particular council has the discretion to determine what they believe it to mean. Okay, so in my opinion, it is a subjective standard rather than an objective standard. If it said a sole residence in the city, a homestead in the city, it's up to the discretion of any council. And I'm basing that not on the person. I'm basing that on the law.
Yeah.
There's actually a case that came out that goes so far as to say that that city councils can waive terms in the charter. Okay. But I will not go that far. Okay. I don't go that far. But it is solely within the discretion of any particular council to determine what the charter means. And it is open to interpretation of what a resident of a city means.
Same thing I said.
I mean,
Any other discussion on item number 30?
there are sections of the code, your charter. If you look at section 1.02, the form of government, you as councils, the powers of the city shall be vested in an elective council, which shall enact legislation, adopt budgets, determine policies, appoint the city manager. And then under your duties as city council members, you make decisions on behalf of
I
council.
don't think the intent of the charter is the city manager lives in the city. I mean,
It's up for, I'm saying it's not an objective standard
it's black and white. So
to you, but there's plenty of case law and attorney general opinions that says that's up to the discretion of council to
Again, it's-
determine what that means.
and it's not my comment is not related to the person.
Yeah, mine's completely
The
not.
charter was approved, the city manager lives. I just think the next council is going to have a hard time because we will get another city manager at some point. I've just
seen lots of city managers move a trailer to town, a RV to town, and that can be considered a residence.
they live there.
And someone that rents
Okay.
a house in the city.
Any other comments?
So can we have a letter from you stating that so that future councils say,
Absolutely.
because we don't want to do it like some of our ordinances, that there's no, this was done with this intent. This is a case by case basis.
And it's this council. And a different council can have a completely different, actually, the council for the last 6 years has not thought differently. So it's you, council as a whole, and however y'all vote.
And that's what I would like to have.
I will be glad to. I have the research. So really.
I'm going to break my own rule. I'm going to let Jack make a comment. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to
Because it's
someone that's been mayor for 20 years, he deserves to be heard.
I just wanted to make a comment in the actual agenda item rather than make it in the comments before the meeting. But I wanted to state that Jody has done a wonderful job, just as all those people that came up and said. She's done more than any other. I was mayor for 20 years and went through many city managers, and she does more than double what any of those city managers ever did. And we'd never be able to find anybody that would work that hard for this city. She just loves this city. But that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at whether she meets the charter. And I would say we listen to our city attorney on that, and that her residency can be determined by your discretion. She owns a house here and has one out in the country. If you still have some qualms about which one she's choosing as a resident, you could have her show some other evidence, such as registering her with the election office as her residence as being within the city. Or you could let her show a driver's license with that residence if you needed some other evidence. But I would go with what our city attorney, Anne Marie, has said, that it's up to your discretion to define residency, and that is what the law is. The courts have looked at adding other pieces of evidence, such as I just mentioned, the voter registration or your driver's license registration, but that does not bind you to requiring that. But if some of you had qualms, you could ask for that. But I would say Jody deserves this. We need to make her our actual city manager. The interim title is almost like an insult. And I'd like to keep Jody here as long as we can, because she has done so much for this city. Just in the amount of grants that we've received over the last several years, I think over $40 million, that took a lot of work to do. Other city managers wouldn't even apply for that many grants because it takes a lot of work to keep up with them. But she did the work. During Hurricane Harvey, she worked with all the FEMA and all the other agencies that required all kinds of paperwork. She did it herself without help and learned how to.
She wasn't even the mayor at that time.
Hmm?
She wasn't even the city manager at that time.
She came in
Right.
2 days after.
It was in the middle of it.
Yeah,
She came in 2 days after it hit. Yeah.
she wasn't here. She wasn't manager during the.
No, that's what I'm
She
saying.
managed the recovery.
She did all the work for
She
it
did
and
the
she
work.
wasn't, no.
And it's her love for this city that drives her. And I think you ought to look at that and at least make her a regular city manager, not an interim. I think it's been an insult these years for us to have left her as an interim. And we should look at changing that right now. So I'd appreciate y'all to vote in favor of making Jody a regular city manager. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you,
Can we
Jack.
get a motion?
Yes.
Well, I move that we make Jody Weaver, city manager.
We have a motion on the floor.
I'll second that.
And Councilman Rigby, second. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. So we have one opposed, Councilman Dent. And with that, we have a lot of people.
Well, why did y'all wait so long to begin with? I would-
Let's,
I mean,
on in, just,
why did you? I
this
mean,
is an
she's
extra
been
break.
going, and so why did you? And y'all were probably here, so you probably. I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, here it's been 6 years, and now we're stuck with that, and y'all should have solved the problem.
We'll take just a brief recess and give you time. And what I want to do now is I want to introduce our police chief that was sworn in at 6:52. Where were you, sir? So at 6:52, wanted to introduce Toby Bias. We hired him about approximately almost a month ago. He reported to work this morning at 10 o'clock. He got sworn in, but he actually responded to a call at 8 o'clock this morning. So he was on the job at 8 o'clock, but he got sworn in at 10. And I know he's been out and around the town and visiting people. Toby, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Like I said, my name is Toby Bias. I came over from Palacios. I was there for 4 years as chief of police. I have 24 years of experience. So I hope you're in good hands. Give me some time to see what we do need to do, what we don't need to do. If you have any questions, come see me. I promise I won't turn you away if I'm available. And if I do have to turn you away, leave your name, your number. I'll get back with you. I'll make sure that we get in contact and we do what's right to make sure that everybody has a say in what's going on. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Welcome, Chief. Thank you.
See, I can answer that question because nobody thought about it actually. And it was on us as council, it was on us because our charter says 90 days. And me as one of the older members, I will take it. It was on me. It was on us, because there's 6 members and we are all together. So it was on us that we never did anything.
Leaver in an interim. I mean, if it's whatever, I don't know how far. I mean, because y'all know I'm new. I mean, how long the interim goes. I mean, at the end of that interim, why didn't y'all make a decision then and have it done instead of here we are now?
We just said we can't go.
To get 6 people.
That's what I heard.
Because nobody, even former members of council didn't think about it after the 90 days.
Well, and I believe more came to light once she purchased a residence in the city. So.
With that, at 6:54, we'll return back to our regular meeting. What I want to do now is go to agenda item number 14. Consider appointment of a municipal court judge in accordance with section 6.03 of the City Home Rule Charter to serve a new term of 2 years and for council to determine compensation. Anne Marie?
Yes, I believe at this time, well, I'll give you a couple options. Number one, I believe that Lewis is going to bow out and turn the chair over to Rosie because he has somebody that is related to him within the second degree of consanguinity that is being, or an applicant. And so he's going to not participate in the discussion or And then the only other thing, I believe we have a lot of candidates here, whether you want to do this in open session or whether you want to go into closed to either talk to them or deliberate, we can do that. We are posted to do that. So
I did have a discussion with Councilman Dent. So what I wanted to do was recuse myself because everyone knows Mandy's my aunt. Mandy is one of the 5 applicants. So I wanted to recuse myself. Councilman didn't see that. He said, I do have a tremendous amount of integrity. I can set.
I think legally you have to.
Okay, with that.
Yes, he has to.
So somewhere in there, I never got a chance, and I was going to talk to Councilman Pedron and ask Mayor Pro Temp to do those proceedings, and I would just literally just step out and just go down, let you guys work through the process. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Mayor Pro Temp.
You have the hammer? He wants the hammer.
And so it's however you would like to direct the meeting. If you want to do it in an open session, I believe y'all have in your packets the candidates who have applied and several of them are present. And so it's up to council whether you want to.
You want to do it now, or would you like to do it in closed session? Could we move up the closed session to
Yes.
right now?
Mm-hmm. We'll just read that section off if you tell me that's the way you want to proceed.
I like the closed session.
I think we like the closed session.
Okay, so I will announce it this time as authorized, subject to applicable provisions of law, including but not limited to Texas Government Code Chapter 551 Open Meetings Act. The following topic is going to be considered in closed session, and it will be this particular closed session will be Section 551.074, Personnel Matters, Municipal Court Judge.
6:56.
And are you going to keep the minutes, or do you want me to keep the minutes, or Tim, or who will keep the minutes for closed session?
I don't want to keep the minutes.
I'll keep the minutes.
So, they're not verbatim. You just,
Okay.
Hey, Pro Tem, you're still in charge of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to call this meeting back to order at 7:29.
Okay, then you'll turn over to.
And we'll turn it over to the mayor, Darrell Garza.
And Mayor Pro Temp, are there any actions that came out of executive session?
Yes.
so you're going to return to item 14.
Turn to item 14.
Right. We're still on agenda item number 14. Consider appointment of a municipal court judge in accordance with section 6.03 of the city's home rule charter to serve a new term of 2 years and for council to determine compensation. Anne Marie?
I believe it's up to council after they've deliberated in session.
And does somebody want to make a motion?
Yeah, so we did talk about it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and make a motion for the appointment of a municipal court judge, that judge being Mandy.
Effective
What do we say? August 1st?
1st.
Yes, effective August 1st.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor for Mandy to be our municipal judge. All in favor, say aye.
Contingent
Don't we have to have a send?
You're right. You're absolutely.
contingent upon retirement.
Retirement.
Contingent on her retirement as city secretary.
She has to retire as city secretary.
Compensation stayed the same.
Stays the same.
All right, I have all that in the motion. And do we have a second? Did I miss that? Second?
Second.
Second with Bland Stewart. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. And Tim Dent, Councilman Dent. Says nay. Okay. With that, Mandy will be our municipal judge after her resignation as city manager. With that, we'll just
Secretary.
secretary. Don't know who's who anymore, right? Right.
Thank you, Council.
I think that's gonna do it. With that, we'll go back to
Number 3.
agenda item number 1.
Yes, sir.
Call annual corporate meeting to order for Port Lavaca Channel and Dock Company and consider and take the action deemed necessary for adoption of unanimous written consent. Anne Marie, this is some housekeeping, correct, on some elected officials?
Not really elected. I mean, yes,
Come on.
it is appointed.
Okay.
So as council, those that are new don't know, but the city is owner of two companies. One company is Port Lavaca Channel and Dock Company, and the other one will be in item number 2, Clement Cove Harbor Company. And what these two companies are is they own development rights on property in the bay, that the city owns the land in front, and then the bay portion is controlled by a channel and dock company. So Port Lavaca Channel and Dock deals with Smith Harbor and the development rights of Smith Harbor. Back in the 50s and 40s, 60s, 70s even, a channel and dock company was very important so that you could protect your view of the area. There was controversy back in the 70s where there were people that wanted to build high-rise things along the water, and it was fought at City Council with the Channel and Dock Company because certain people had certain rights in those companies. And so this is just the continuing ownership of those rights and to keep this company in good standing. And so my recommendation is that you adopt the unanimous written consent. It will go around and all of you will sign as you are members. There is a substitution for the mayor. Jack Lewis is substituted for Jack Whitlow's position. And Sissy Rigby is substituted. I get the same thing, Sissy. So is substituted in Alan's place in the unanimous written consent. So the company, the mayor serves kind of as chair of that organization as the mayor, but then you all sign as corporate members of the board, directors of the board, and this is just an annual meeting that we have to have once a year.
So the action was change of officers.
Change of officers and to approve anything that happened over the last year.
Discussion?
It's nothing.
Discussion? Motion?
There's motion to approve. Yeah, there's motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to approve the unanimous written consent of for the Port Lavaca Channel and Dock Company. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That one passes. And Emery, you were also talking about the second company, which is Clement Cove.
Yes, Clement Cove Harbor. This is over by Scully's. There's a whole block of land that we own over there, in case you didn't know. And this is Clement Cove Harbor is in front of that property. Same situation.
Discussion?
Motion, we approve the minutes.
Then we have a motion by Councilman Dent, and we have a second by Councilman Padron. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Paperwork's going around the table. Agenda item number 3, consider appointment or reappointment of members or the Recreation and Park Board to fill vacancy for a new 2-year term. Presenter Wayne Schaefer.
Mayor, Council, the Parks and Recreation Board has a upcoming term that's expiring for Mr. Greg Falcone. He has expressed interest in reappointment, so we recommend approval of that.
Okay.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Dent and second by Councilman Gary. All in favor for the reappointment of our Recreation and Parks Board member, Falcone, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Ms. Falcone is approved for another 2-year term. It passed unanimously. We'll go to agenda item number 4, consider appointment and or reappointment of members to the Building and Substandard Commission to fill a vacancy and or start a new term. for a 2-year. Presenter is Derek Smith.
Mayor, council, Mayor De La Garza stepped down as a member of Building and Standards, so we had an opening. There was a Renee Torres. You have in your packet a little bit of information about him. He is interested in serving on that board.
He's here also. He's in English. It's been.
Discussion.
Here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Burke and second by Councilman Dent. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 5, consider the appointment of a new member to the Port Lavaca Housing Authority Board of Commissioners to fill vacancy. Presenter Mandy Grant.
Okay, Mayor, Council, Tricia Taylor, the Executive Director for the Port Lavaca Housing Authority, has submitted a request to appoint Dominique Rogers as a new member to the Port Lavaca Housing Authority Board of Commissioners, and that's to fill a vacancy caused by Dahlia Soto, which has been on the board since December 13 of 2021 and is now stepping down. So this the members for this board have to be approved by council. And so she's making that request, and I'm making that request for her.
Discussion on appointing Rogers to the Port Lavaca Housing Authority. Discussion. We have a motion by Councilman Dent.
Second.
And a second by Councilman Pedron. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously with the new commissioner being Rogers. Agenda item number 6, consider approval of new plan options for fiscal year 2026-27 for the TML, Intergovernmental Employee Benefits Pool related to the city's health insurance coverage. Presenters Hogan.
Mayor and Council, we have received and reviewed the medical insurance plan options available to the city for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2026. I'm happy to say that nothing has changed from last year. So staff recommendation this year is to stay with our current plan at no change in cost and no change in percentage participation from the employees.
That ever happened before?
I was by that.
Deal.
But 2 years in a row?
I'm back by that.
Yeah.
Well, it's because our utilization ratio is decreasing. So last year it was at 90%. This year it went down to 71%.
Was utilization ratio.
Utilization versus the coverage. So, you know, how many people are actually doing claims and versus our coverage.
We approved the new plan.
Second.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Dent
Second.
and second by Councilwoman Pedron. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 7, consider a resolution for Romeo 060826-3 for the city of Port Lavaca to authorize submission to text dot maritime grant application. Presenter Wayne Schaefer.
Hey, Mayor, Council, bear with me on this because I'm actually doing this as a favor because Jim's not here. However, Jim, Jody, and Katerina have worked really hard on putting together a grant to do improvements at the Harbor Refuge, which consists of a new pavement surface and bulkhead along the seawall. They're requesting to have to apply for a grant for engineering, design, and construction. Match is not required, however, it is recommended, and they propose to utilize the Port Harbor Fund to provide a 25% match, which is expected to be greater than 320, which is not expected to be greater than 325,000, and could be budgeted over the next coming years.
So the offering of the match is to improve our odds of getting it.
It increases the scores. So what we're recommending council do is authorize submittal of the application commit to 25% local match, and to advance the project should it be selected for funding, and that the city is willing and able to enter a funding agreement with TxDOT.
That's our CIP plan.
I cannot honestly answer that question. That is a Jim question.
Brittany?
It
So, okay.
I believe it is too, Tim. I think I saw it in there.
So it's a good idea. It's, it's over by Harbor Refuge where the grassy area is. So like now when it's all
Usable.
wet and muddy, it's unusable, right? Thank you, Motion.
Grants a total of approximately about 1.6, Hogan, correct? By 1.6, 25% being the 25.
It's you. Okay. You're assisting.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Gary
Who's it second?
and second by Councilwoman Pedron. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Number 8, consider the second and final reading of ordinance Sierra 326 as City of Port Lavaca for amendment to the base ordinance of Sierra 425 for fiscal year 25-26 budget, provided for the budget amendment, provide for severability, providing a repeal clause, and providing an effective date. Presenter Hogan.
Mayor and council, this is the second reading for the budget amendment for the work being done on public project. Staff recommends we approve this reading.
Discussion.
We approve it.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Bland Stewart and a second by Councilman Dent. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 9, consider the first reading of ordinance Gulf 726, the City of Port Lavaca amending the Code of Ordinances with Appendix Alpha, fees, rates changes. This is in Chapter 24, Law Enforcement, and providing an effective date. Presenter Neil.
Mayor, council, good evening. We're requesting today an amendment, an addition to our fee schedules. One is for our animal control / evidence incinerator. It's located at our animal control facility. In the past several years, it's also been used by our sister agencies to destroy evidence. This takes up fuel, propane at city's cost, cleanup of the equipment, use of equipment, and use of personnel. So we are asking for a fee schedule of $150 per session. If it's something small, sometimes we've had just like one item that could be waived by our police chief in cooperation with our sister cities. Our second one is our impound lot. In our secure parking lot there, sometimes we have to impound a vehicle for an investigation, say it was a stolen vehicle and we need to process it for prints. We are charged a fee from the tow company that brings it to our lot. I tend to take that fee and I put it into the case with the DA. We do not get reimbursed typically. There are other ways. We just want to address this and hope that we can try and recoup some of that. So there's different fee schedules. Tows can range anywhere from $250 to $375, depending on the tow situation. The state requirement for impound storage, and they can't go over $22.50. We're asking for $20 a day. They also are required to send a certified letter, so we're covering that with the schedule also.
Is the ordinance and the fee schedule both amended tonight?
There is no ordinance for either one before.
It's just the appendix out.
So it's appendix to that fee schedule on the police fees.
I need an ordinance to utilize the fee schedule, or, I mean, doesn't the ordinance need to stay?
Most or the fees were stayed. I mean, maybe I defer to Mandy on that.
I mean, I think it's a good idea. I'm not saying that, but I saw that the ordinance, we updated the fee schedule, but we didn't update the ordinance last time. And so now we're trying to fix that, but I didn't realize there was two.
Yeah, there's separate ones on that fee schedule.
Just carrying on that $20 impound fee.
Mhm.
I just know that that's a real low number, but you said there's actually a ceiling to that of $22.50?
Correct, that's the state law, 2250. I spoke to 3 different tow companies in our area that we utilize.
Discussion?
So we don't have our own lot. We just leave them at the tow company's place.
Generally, yes, the tow companies do it. For us, it's because it's investigators related.
Do we have any vehicles out there presently that have been there?
Currently, that has been there almost 6 months. I just got rid of one that had been there almost a year.
A year times 20, a little over $7,000. Wow.
Well, how do you get rid of it?
Look at chapter.
This last one, the case was disposed of, it was closed, so I could release the vehicle then.
Oh, you didn't get paid for it?
No.
Discussion?
That's a motion.
I'm looking for, Tim, what you're saying as far as where it is. It's in chapter 24 of the code.
I'm assuming that it's all in order to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Denton and a second by Councilman Gary. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimous. Councilman Burke is a nay. Motion does carry. Number 10, consider first reading of ordinance Golf 826 of the City of Port Lavaca, amending the Code of Ordinances codified and describing the City of Port Lavaca's Code of Ordinances as Part 1, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 5, Finance Division 1, generally Section 2-126 of our credit card convenience fee, provided for the purpose of ordinance, providing for severability and providing a repeal clause and providing an effective date. Presenter Hogan.
Mayor and council, in September 2025, the city approved an ordinance amending the fees to reflect a credit card convenience fee for those customers paying for city services with credit card. While the Appendix A was updated, the actual chapter within the Code of Ordinances was not. This ordinance will update Chapter 2, Section 2126 to refer all fees to Appendix A, which will prevent the city from updating thereafter for any fee changes. I'll just, I was looking back at the fees and the ordinances. While our fee ordinance says 4%, going back to the actual chapter, it stated our previous credit card fee ordinance. So to fix that, to make it all uniform and correct, we have to do this.
What we're trying to do with everything is to point everything to the fee ordinance.
The staff recommends council approve this ordinance.
So motion. We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Burke and a second by Councilwoman Padron. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number 11, consider award of construction contract for the restoration of the restroom project at the Nautical Landing Building. Presenter Smith.
Mayor, council, in your packet, it gives you a background. And basically, we had a contractor go in and try to do some repairs to the men's shower. After he started tearing out, we realized the pans were bad in the shower, in both showers. So anyway, kept pulling back, kept thought it was more damage. Finally had to put a stop to it and had to go out for bids for the project. We did get 3 bids, and this does include completely renovating both bathrooms, painting the kitchen area, repainting it, and then also repainting the day room. Definitely recommending awarding the bid to Barefoot Construction for a cost of $44,988.
The package you provided, so there was 3 bids, but one of the bids actually provided a pretty detailed material list. Are we comparing apples to apples?
Yes, sir. Yeah, what I did is I provided them with the one that Barefoot filled out. That's what I provided them. I'm not sure why he put itemized. Everything that he put in there, that's what I put in the scope of work.
Okay.
I actually had each item number and everything. And so he put his cost for each item that I put in the scope of work. So he filled it out differently than the rest of the contractors.
How about the timeline? So we talked about the money, but now there was a difference in timeline, a 90-day versus a 60-day. Did that play much into it? And what's your recommendation?
Well, we did. Let's see.
I believe Barefoot was 90.
No, but I mean, like for the timeline.
No, timeline.
Yeah, it didn't look any.
Let me read it first before I tell you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I believe he put 90 days on here.
That's fine.
Barefoot was 90 and higher bid was, no, the middle bid was 60.
Right.
Did that play into possibly your recommendation?
Well, with staff review, that's what we recommend.
Is a longer timeline going to bother anything? Is there any events going to take place?
The bathroom's been out since probably October, November of last year.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
I'm pretty bored off of that. Is there another restroom in that long building that somebody else can use?
They have for the companies that are renting out, leasing out, they have restrooms available.
Gotcha.
There is there is one commode that is working in this area for the people that
Just make that one a unisex.
Are the showers needed? People need a shower?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's for this is for the liveaboards and the boat, the people on the boats, right?
Yes, sir.
This is that bathroom.
Right. It's the people that come in, park their boats, and they come in there, they can shower, get cleaned up.
This work being done by these contractors. These guys are general contractors, right? They don't have like plumbing license or electrical license or anything like that, right?
They're general contractors.
They have to hire somebody with the license to do it.
Yes, sir.
They will.
Okay.
Yep.
Discussion?
Motion we award the contract to Barefoot Construction.
Barefoot. Okay. We have a motion on the floor by Councilman Dent for Barefoot.
Second.
And we have a second by Councilman Burke. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously with the contractor being Barefoot. Yeah, we'll go to agenda item number 12. Consider authorization of city manager to award construction contract to replace the storefront windows on the west side of City Hall up to a maximum dollar amount designated by council. Presenter Smith.
Mayor, council, in your packets, memo, kind of giving you a brief history. Basically, the bottom of the windows are almost level with the sidewalk. And so with the original design of the landscape that we had there, water was being trapped and it was seeping into the building and causing damage to the carpet, causing mildew smell and all that. So that's why we tore all that out, put pavers out there to get the water away from the building. But when we do have rainstorms right now, water still does splash and get into there. It's leaking in through the caulking of the windows and also underneath the framing. I did have a contractor look at trying to take the windows out, recaulk them, but he told me that the framing's in pretty bad shape, and didn't know for sure if it actually the seal underneath the window, he couldn't guarantee that it wouldn't continue to leak underneath. So that's why the staff is recommending replacement. We did the money that we were looking at using was the money that was going to be funding the generator for the grant application for the generator for Bauer Community Center. Unfortunately, we didn't get that grant this year. But however, staff did hear that it sounded like a pretty good chance of getting it next year. So make sure we budget that amount for next year.
Derek, let me ask you, so the windstorm rating could be 95 or it could be 120, right?
Well, yeah, and what basically we have those shutters that exceed what the required.
So the windows really don't matter. The
Right.
shutters will capture or
We're
cover.
going to shut them anytime that we have a storm coming. We'll shut it in.
You're gonna reuse the shutters?
Protected. Sir?
Reuse the shutters, they're good?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I had a windstorm engineer confirm. I got the plans actually from I got the plans and I sent them off to a windstorm engineer and I let him review it. And he said it exceeded the amount that's required for this area. It's 150 mile an hour winds now as of April 1st.
But if we're good with the shutters, then why don't we go with the cheaper option then? For the 95.
For extra protection.
Oh, I mean, from my perspective, with all the bullet incidents that we have, or the shooting incidents, I mean, that's a lot of glass. So the shutters aren't normally closed. I would recommend, I'm okay with going to lower class glass, but we need to put the bullet resistant film on it.
Okay, and I did get a price on the film that you're talking about.
See it, yeah.
Well, I got the price, total, it's gonna be, anywhere from, about $22,000, $26,000 to do the film up to 7 foot. And that's typically what, schools do.
Yeah.
I don't think it wouldn't take me much to figure out the rest of it, but yeah, it's about that much and then you're looking at twice that for, bullet resistant. But that's just shatter resistant film.
That's just, yeah, that means.
Bullet ain't gonna stop you. It ain't gonna stop a bullet.
Yeah.
If you get the bullet resistant, then it'll slow the bullet down. But you're still talking about it's gonna be over 50 grand for the film.
I mean, we're going through all this security I mean, I realize it's a lot of money, but we are doing it at schools, we're doing it at our churches. I don't know that we can do less, in my opinion, here. So.
Right. Well, and what I was looking at was going ahead and taking care of replacing the windows first.
Okay.
And then if council does decide that we want to go with shatter resistant or bullet resistant, maybe we can consider that in for next budget year.
You're talking about the glass itself, talking about?
Well, no, the film can be put on anytime.
So you can put bullet resistant film?
Yeah, it's pretty rigorous. I mean, it's not going to stop, several bullets at once, but
it'll slow them down
considerably. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's being installed in schools and churches all over.
Yeah. I was talking to Mitchell Glass, who I was talking, and he wasn't familiar with anybody that actually used the bullet resistant. Now the shatter resistant, that's what all the schools are using. So that way, if somebody was to try to break in, the glass just wouldn't fall. It'd take 10 minutes to open, tear it open to where they can get in. It'll slow them down, basically. But that's our options that we can consider for budget, because it's going to be lead time on it. By the time it's installed, you're still looking at 2 months, and we're already getting into for next budget year. So that's why I was thinking.
I mean, that's a fine idea. If that when I talk about it next budget, because I guess it can be done anytime. So that's just my thought. I think it's a good idea to do it.
If the council decides to go ahead and do it now, I can get with finance and see.
You know how many square feet you're talking about?
What do you think? I mean, I don't know. Shatter resistance is not sufficient.
Let's see, including the door and the side glass on that part. You're looking at a total. This is only going up 7 feet. It's 432 square feet.
No, I mean,
431 and 8 inches.
So the discussion on the table is, do we go with the less expensive glass or the more expensive glass? Do we do the film now or do we wait till budget season?
Right.
I would say we wait on the film for now.
We can't go with the impact resistant. It's $10,000 more. It would take an extra month to get it in.
That would bring the value up to what? The 10,000.
The 10,000, depending on you want to keep the mullions the same, then you're looking at roughly about 78.
What's the 60?
That's with the impact resistant glass.
They had budget matching funds.
Well, it says the budget for the 95 MPH rating was 64.4 and the 120 was 68,250. Is that installed or is that just for the glass?
Installed.
Installed.
Yes, sir.
We have 78 available to repurpose.
I'm sorry?
And we have 78,000 to repurpose. That's what's available to repurpose.
So, but it's 10,000 more if you go impact resistant on top of those two.
Right.
So it would be 78 and 60.
Normally I like
74.
to steer budget, so I'm okay if we push the discussion for the bulletproof film into the budget period.
Well, like I said, and we can go with the glass that's impact resistant too, and not worry about the film.
It's not bulletproof.
Okay.
It's just shatterproof.
I mean, it's better.
So, but really, we're just making a motion here to authorize the city manager to spend whatever we deem necessary, right?
Yeah,
we need to give guidance on what kind of glass to get though at this time. So
Up to a certain value, up to a maximum dollar amount.
So her recommendation was at the bottom that go with the 120
Well,
with existing shutter and authorize up to 75.
yeah, I figured that was a safe number. That kind of gave us a little bit of cushion, but if we did go with the 68, 250.
Yeah, I don't see the need to increase the win rating on them when we have the shutters already, so make a motion to go with the $64,400 windows and authorize the city manager. I'll authorize her up to 75,000 just for the contingency.
A motion on the floor by Councilman Burke for up to 75,000 to authorize our city manager to award a contract. And we have a second by Councilman Dent. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item number X, the one 9. Comments from the mayor, council members, and city manager. I brought this one. Actually, I believe this one came from Bay City.
Wait,
Roman numeral 9.
Oh, no.
Skip.
yeah, we're gonna need the closed session for these other ones.
No, I think he's having those as standing items now,
Okay, yeah. Do we have more closed session items?
not that I'm aware of.
There's 4 items listed here.
I know, but
That's in case we need
I
to.
think he's going to have these as standing items.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
So IX 9. This item right here, I brought this one to us from Bay City. Bay City uses something like this. So we're still in a quorum, and it allows us to talk about things that we need to talk about or what we want to talk about. Now, we can't do any actions. We can't vote on anything, but we can talk about it. Say, Mayor, we'd like to bring something and put something on the agenda for next meeting. This is where you guys, the council, would actually do something like that. For me today, what I wanted to do is just give you guys an update. So right now, one of the biggest things that I've been seeing in town, obviously, is all the work that's happening over in Councilman Aguirre's area with Trinity. Now, Trinity is going to be wrapping up probably early part of next week. And then from there, Lester Construction is going to go over to LaSalle Landing. They've got just a tiny bit of work there before they move over to Western Heights. They should be working in Western Heights right around June 18th.
We started marking.
With the water lines, right, Councilman Pedron? They're working on water lines first phase 1. So that's first phase is to do the water lines before they move on to sewer. We have a Juneteenth celebration coming up. Bland?
Yes, we have a Juneteenth celebration, June 19th through the 21st. Everybody is welcome. It's a free event. It's a really neat event. We'll have 3 bands. We start on Friday. Friday we'll start at 7. We'll have a DJ and we'll have a band from 7 to 10 on Friday night. And actually on Friday it's open mic night, so you guys can sing. You guys can play guitar or whatever. You can come out and join the band and play with the band. On Saturday, it'll start in the morning on Saturday from 7 to 9. The kids will have we'll fish with the kids. At 10 o'clock, before 10 o'clock, we're going to meet here at City Hall and go down, have a parade going down to the Bayfront at 10 o'clock. And then we'll have bingo and other things going on. We'll have the mayor speak at 3, and then we have another gentleman that's going to speak and give a speech right after that. We have a fashion show as well. So you guys want to come check out the fashion show. We'll feed everybody, I think, starting from 11:30. We have brisket, green bean, just all the trimmings, and it's all for free. This is sausage for free. We have a band that night as well from 7 to 10. On Sunday, we have a gospel band. We'll have church at the Bayfront. Please come join us for church. We have church at the Bayfront. We'll have a gospel band start that off. Reverend Chris Holler out of El Campo. He's going to come speak for us. And then after church, we have a fish fry. The KCs are so generous to fry our fish for us. So we'll have a fish fry and all the trimmings. So anyway, it's a full weekend. It's wonderful. Bring your kids. We have a lot of kids games. We have a train. We're calling it the Soul Train. It's going around the park. The kids love it. They just get on and jump off. We also have bubbles with the kids for an hour where they blow these bubbles out and they play in the bubbles. So we have a lot of things. It's just a great time to celebrate. You know,
What's the date again,
it's
please?
June 19th through the
19,
20th.
2021.
At the Bayfront,
All at the Bayfront.
except that Mr. is having a thing.
Oh, yes, except for downtown on Saturday. Yes, Kenny Banks is opening up Banks Oyster. Let me get it right because I always mess it up. Banks Oyster Wine and Vault. I always say bar, but Vault.
10 to 2.
Yes, and it's
10
going
to
to
2.
be,
We've got a Saturday, 10 a.m. march,
yep.
right? 10 a.m.
Here.
Where does that start? Here?
It starts here.
Starts here in the parking lot.
Down.
We'll march back around
Back
and go
to-
down to the peninsula.
So y'all come join us.
Yep.
Y'all have lots of fun. I'm telling you, it's fun.
For myself and Councilwoman Rigsby, we've got some training to do the very end of July, beginning of August there somewhere. So we're going to be doing that. For myself, I've been getting a tremendous amount of training, especially with Texas Emergency Director Management. I've been getting a lot. We're in hurricane season. I'm still not done with that training. I'm getting trained up by the county and Bern and I, our county judge, will work through issues of evacuation and things of that nature. So I'm doing that training with Miss LaDonna next Friday, and I'm still working, like I said, working with the state and with Shannon and the chief. And I'll finish that training up sometime next week also. The mayor will be out starting early tomorrow morning. Mayor Pro Temp, if something needs to be signed, you'll get a call. I'll be back in town on late Thursday night, and we'll go see Esther. Any questions? Does anyone, council members, have anything to add? This is it right here while we're still informed.
Those emergency cards that we get to get access to the county or back to the city here. Do you know anything about them when we get them?
Not really. Just let me just end it right there. I don't. Mrs. LaDonna started to tell me about it, and she said there's some cards that get you into the city, and there's other cards that get you into the county. Wayne just went through some training, a week-long training that we authorized last month. So Wayne and Katrina, not Katrina.
It's the he that what's her name that comes to our meetings sometimes. Shannon. So I had to go to a deal and turn in. I had to have all sorts of information with me. And sit with somebody, and they processed me to get my card.
Yes.
So you had
That's
to
the thing Wayne has. Hold your card up, Wayne.
Sign up time, and she'll take care of it.
That card will get you into the county.
It's called a PIVI card.
The courthouse is
By
the county. It's the building.
Right, you have to get that card from LaDonna. No, that one's Emergency Director Management training that you have to go through. Anything else from council? Motion to adjourn, motion?
You don't have to have that. You can.
That's what I said, but I read.
Yes.
For adjourn, the time is 8:10. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I need to go.
Give me everything that's
On our website.
and get some rate. Have that.
You know how I am.
No.
Good morning, sir. Texas Division of Emergency Management. There's a disaster.
Good, how are you?
We don't have the car.
Wait till we issue the cards, y'all get back into town.
Of course.
Then we've got.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Just in case I'm now, it's possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Back in it.
Thanks. I'm off Sunday, Father's Day.
My wife even said, you're on Father's Day, right?
Ending up in the city, so everybody that's here. Humanity. Thank you.
They need to comment.
So,
It's
curious about.
And I let it change.
All right.